welcome to this edition of the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show. So we are at that time of year where 2020 has been crazy. We all know that. So you want to give this holiday season. It's not necessarily the gift that you want to wrap up, but you want to give of your time. You know, that thing that right now we all have a lot of, but you don't know where to give it? Well, I've got two guests today on the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show who are going to tell you exactly where you may want to give your time. You want to give it to a young person, but who do you give it to? Well, let me introduce you to my two guests. Anna Hollis, who, boy, it's been a while since she's been on the show. Amachi Pittsburgh, and boy, is this a familiar face, Bob Allen. Welcome back to TV, Bob.
That's right. This is my first time back since March.
But, you know, Bob is here wearing a different hat altogether. We'll tell you what that is in just a moment. So, Amachi Pittsburgh. Anna, tell us, for those folks in the audience that don't know what Amachi Pittsburgh is all about, give us some background as to what Amachi Pittsburgh is all about.
Yeah, sure. And thank you for having us. So Amachi is an organization that works with children and families who have incarcerated loved ones, parents in particular. We've been around since '03. I know we're small, but we're mighty, and we really are focused on giving kids a fighting chance, honestly, kids who through no fault of their own, are confronted with a number of challenges associated with the parent's incarceration. And we just come alongside, wrap our arms around the child and the family, providing mentoring, family strengthening support, and also an Amachi Ambassadors Youth Advocacy and Leadership Development Program.
And I talk about this time of year. This is the time that people want to give. We think about giving a gift, but we're talking about giving time. And this is a really important time for the kids that you're talking about. I mean, this is a difficult time for these kids.
100%. I mean, as we all can imagine, being without, a parent who is just a key figure in your life, during the holiday season, it just makes it sad. It's tough enough dealing with, not having that parent there for you when you need to talk to, when you need that shoulder to lean on, throughout the year. But then, these are special times, and times that we come together and, love on each other extra hard, and just show, the ways that we love each other, and just in different ways. And it's just really tough for kids when that parent's not there.
And Bob Allen, now, let's first ask, what have you been doing since March? You retire just as this pandemic is starting. What have you been doing in retirement? What's that all about? Tell us about retirement.
Well, before Amachi, I was just leading the life of a retired guy, doing not much of anything. Mm-hmm. But I knew that wasn't going to be helpful or useful in my life. I have to have something to do. Mm-hmm. And I wanted something that I could be passionate and caring about. And to me, it's a perfect fit.
Okay.
Because I had been into mentoring before I retired.
I was going to say, you've always given back in terms of being a mentor.
Yes. And now I'm on a crusade to recruit mentors through Amachi to work with kids. I mean, wow. What better way of giving back to work with a young kid who really needs their help and attention?
So what is it about mentoring, Bob? Because you've done it for a while. You have obviously found it to be very rewarding. What is it about mentoring that you find so satisfying?
Well, I just like to give back. There are so many young men out there, young African-American males, so many young men, period, who don't have fathers, who don't have anyone in their lives, adults caring about them. Even though the kids I mentored were not in Amachi previously, they still, because I was with Need, they still, don't have fathers in their life. Too many kids don't have fathers, and it's a shame. Mm-hmm. I mean, your father teaches you, disciplines you, just is in your life, provides structure. Mm-hmm. They don't have that. And so, I mean, I can't be a father, but I can be someone in their life to look after them and help them out.
Mm-hmm. To give them
Do whatever.
guidance and
What's that?
to give them guidance
Oh,
and just to
absolutely.
be
Yes.
there.
Guidance, leadership. Yes. Yes. Good advice. You know, so many kids are out there making bad decisions. There's nobody really telling them anything. So I just like the fact of being able to give them information that will help them make good decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and also to help them realize that there are consequences for things you do. You know, if you do good, you'll have good consequences. If you do bad, you'll have bad consequences.
So, Anna, I guess the first time I really and you and I have talked a lot over the years, so I've been familiar with Amachi and the program and the need that it fills. But I think the first time it really resonated with me was getting involved in a project at church called the Angel Tree. Simply buying a Christmas gift for a child whose parent was incarcerated. So we kind of pulled these little name tags off of a tree at church, and it would tell you just a little bit about the child, the child's age, their sex, what they liked, and then you filled out the card and you filled it out from a parent, and all of a sudden you started to realize that there's a child that you're shopping for Christmas, and you're filling that need because mom or dad couldn't buy that Christmas gift.
That's
A-
right.
And that became something that I look forward to every year.
Right. And the whole idea behind the Amachi is actually a national mentoring model. The
Mm-hmm.
whole idea behind this model and the design of it was that, your impact on that child did not have to be limited to that this time of year, once a
Mm-hmm.
year. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was what happens throughout in January, in February, in March,
Mm-hmm.
and so Amachi was meant to come alongside those same kids and to provide, guidance, support, skill building opportunities, opportunities for them to discover what they can do well, to discover what's amazing about them, and to do that all throughout the year and to do it year after year. Our mentors, when they get paired up with our kids, they tend to stay for an average of 3 years. And we've had some that have been matched with kids for 10 years. It's not even called mentoring anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
just become family. And that's the whole idea. I mean, we're about, facilitating that healthy relationships, bonds that can be built and that will last a lifetime.
Okay, so how much time is involved? What are we talking about? We're going to look at all of that and how folks can get involved coming up right after the break. So don't you go away when the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show continues. We'll be right back.